Ever feel like your life is just chaos on a calendar or trauma on a to-do list? You're always doing something, but somehow falling behind? If you're tired of being busy but not productive, overwhelmed but not organized, this video is for you. I'm walking you through the exact system I use to plan and organize my life without burning out. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lukey, a career coach with over 10 years of experience helping professionals create a more purposeful and fulfilling career. On this channel, I share practical tips to boost your career and confidence. I spent over a decade testing every productivity system, planner, and app I could get my hands on. And that was after a hectic career in management consulting, getting more done than the average consultant. But I kept running into the same problem. I was organized, but I wasn't aligned. I was managing tasks, but I wasn't managing myself. So I rebuilt my system from scratch, not just to get things done, but to actually live better. Let me show you how I did it. The key to organizing your life isn't just about tools or tactics. It's not about color-coded calendars and to-do lists. It's about creating a system that serves you, one that creates clarity instead of pressure, one that adapts to your energy, not just your deadlines. So let's break it down. Step 1 is to brain dump everything. Start by writing down everything on your mind. Work, school, errands, goals, chores, random to-dos. You can do it on paper, though I recommend that you do it on your favorite digital note taker. And for those that are worried about choosing the right app, don't worry, you can always move it later on. The primary goal is progress, so that eventually you can get to perfection. Don't organize it just yet, just dump it. Don't judge it. Now, this may take tens of minutes, this may take hours, hopefully it doesn't take days, but if it does, be kind to yourself about it. If you get stuck, give yourself a few minutes to take a break, perhaps by taking a short walk or doing some movement, then get back to it. The goal is to clear your mental RAM so that your brain can stop trying to hold it all in. That's a nod to all you computer folks who know that RAM is memory for your computer. Just by doing so, you'll feel lighter by having written down everything. It's like doing a mental reboot of your brain. You know how your computer or phone just runs faster and better when it's just been restarted? Also, don't worry if you think you missed something. It'll come out in the process. Plus, if it's important enough, it'll come up again on its own. Step 2 is to organize into 3 lists. Now that you have everything written down, split that chaos into 3 categories. 1 is non-negotiables, 2 is work, and 3 is play or rest. Non-negotiables are things that keep you sane. Sleep, meals, workouts, meditation, therapy. An important question to ask yourself is, what are my non-negotiables in the first place? If you don't know, take a look and see what helps you be the best version of you daily. Non-negotiables are just that. Nothing gets in their way. You can move your non-negotiables, though only proactively, meaning that you only move them forward and not push them back. Why? Because we've all pushed back that thing back, then again, then never end up doing it. But Lukey, what about emergencies? Sure, life is messy, so there are occasional emergencies that take place, but a rule of thumb is that if it doesn't have one of the 3 B's, then it's not an emergency, being blood, bathroom, and barf. Everything else can wait an hour or so, which is also good training for you to set boundaries. When someone asks you to do something and it's really not an emergency, say, sure, I'll help with that. Just give me an hour to finish this. Don Miguel Ruiz has a book called The 4 Agreements. The first one is helpful as you consider your non-negotiables. It's be impeccable with your word. It means that you speak with integrity, say only what you mean, avoid using words to speak out against yourself or gossip about others, but it also means that you hold yourself to high standards. If you say you'll get it done, you'll get it done. By being on this journey, tell yourself that you're someone that gets things done and prioritizes your non-negotiables. After your non-negotiable time, add your work, which is all your job, school, and career-related tasks. Then your play and rest, which is hobby, family time, time with friends, solo time, and anything fun or nourishing. These 3 lists become the foundation of your life design. Step 3 is to block it into your calendar. Open your calendar, digital or paper, and block your time intentionally. First, add your non-negotiables. Why? Because rest isn't earned, it's essential. As the airline pilots say, put your mask on first before taking care of others. After all, how much more can you do, and how many more people can you help if you're running at 99% instead of running at 62%? Then perhaps an unexpected addition is to sprinkle in play and rest. 30 minutes a day is all you need, though more is better if you have the luxury. Consider putting it during a time of day when you tend to feel more drained. It might be helpful to learn your chronotype. Chronotypes are based on when you naturally are more effective, which seem to have adopted various animal mascots. You can look up The Power of When by Dr. Michael Bruce or When by Daniel Pink if you want to learn more about your type. You might be a lion or a lark, where you wake up with the sunrise and sleep earlier when the sun sets. You might be a wolf or an owl, who does better when you wake up late and stay up late for some late night productivity and inspiration. You might be a bear or a third bird, which is the in-between the two, which are the majority of folks and how societal norms are set up. Then and only then, add your work blocks, your school, your work, your career-related activities. As a pro tip, batch similar tasks. Do admin in one block, creative work in another, and this minimizes context switching, which is a real productivity killer. If you've ever gone back to a task after doing something and taken some time to get back into it, as in, what were you doing before? Well, that's the time we're trying to minimize. And if you're one of the people who think that they can multitask, there's research out there that when people operate on multiple tasks, they do so at a few IQ points lower. Put a different way, would you rather do one thing at 99% or two things at 60%? For unimportant tasks, you might think 60% is fine, though be careful of developing the reputation of being that 60% person. By the way, don't give it to Joe. He tends to do 60% quality work. Step 4 is to start each day with a daily planning ritual. Each morning, I spend 5 minutes asking myself, what must get done today? What can wait? And what needs to move? I look at my calendar and star my top 1 or 2 priorities. Not just block them in, I ask how I can prepare to do my best for each activity. If I have a meeting, I ask, what prep do I need to do before this? If I have something to do, I ask, what is the outcome I need out of this activity? Plus, I ask, what might prevent me from doing any of these activities? It's not about packing in more, it's about making space for what matters most. Step 5, use focus mode to stay on track. Once I've got my day planned, I turn on focus mode. It's like putting blinders on your brain. One task on screen, no distractions, finish it, then the next, and you stop spinning, you start flowing. Step 6 is, you end with a daily shutdown. At the end of each day, I do a 5-minute check-in. What did I finish? What's left? How did I feel today? And then I shut it down. Even if I didn't finish everything, I close the tab, I close the laptop, and I close the day. And the last step, step 7, is do a weekly reset. Once a week, take 10 to 15 minutes to reset your system, though the first time might take a little bit longer. Sunday evening or Monday morning tends to work best for most folks. Take some time to reflect on what worked and what didn't. This is the energy management part of getting things done. In the past, I had my calendar set up really nicely. All of my non-negotiable activities were there, my playtime, my work time, but after looking back at the week, I only did half of them. I reflected back, and there were times when I knew I had to do something. It was even on my calendar, but I didn't do it. The first thing I do is forgive myself and be more self-compassionate. I have a tendency to beat myself up for not getting more done. Then I realize, how does beating myself up help? If I were to help a friend achieve their greatness, would I insult them and put them down for not doing it? No. Then why would I do it for myself? So instead, I forgave myself and started to understand what worked, and did more of that. Here is where CODA was helpful to get over that hump. Oftentimes we don't do things because C, we're confused and don't know what to do. O, we're overwhelmed and don't know how to do it. D, we're demotivated and don't know why we're doing it. Or A, we're afraid to do it. And usually, it's a little bit of all of them. Now you might wonder, how can we be confused? We should know what to do. After all, we wrote it down on the calendar. Sometimes there's a spillover into overwhelm, not knowing how to do it. And in this case, it's just about getting started. If you have to study for a big exam, instead, just read the next chapter. Or even if that's too big of a task, just open the textbook. Get over that initial inertia and momentum will carry you forward. If you're overwhelmed and not sure how to do it, reach out to a friend, a colleague or classmate, or mentor to get their advice. If you don't have anyone available to ask or they don't know how, then do a search on Google or YouTube, or ask your favorite AI tool. If you're demotivated and don't know why you're doing it, get down to your core purpose. The 5 whys exercise should help. For whatever you want to do, ask yourself, why is that important to you? And for that response, ask yourself, why is that important to you? Do that 5 more times, and you should find more motivation. Or, if you can't find that internal motivation, call up a friend and ask them if they can be your study buddy, work buddy, job search buddy, or whatever other accountability buddy you need to get the work done. If you're afraid and scared to do it, ask yourself, what are you afraid of? One of the deepest, darkest fears that all humans have is the fear of being judged, which is really the fear of not being enough. Pretty heavy stuff, but here's the truth. The universe, or whatever higher power you believe in, is telling you that you are enough just by being here. The fact that you're born and are alive shows that you are enough. So with that thought, get out there and be more productive. Continuing with our weekly reset, check your upcoming meetings and deadlines. If any of them conflict with your non-negotiable items, move those non-negotiable items forward. And remember, don't push back what's important to you. Otherwise, you're pushing back your success. Take some time to rebalance your calendar. What worked well last week? Was there something that you were supposed to do last week that you didn't? How can you set up conditions so that you're more likely to get things done? Go back to Coda to rebalance and realign your week. Plan your focus for the week. This is your time to adjust and realign before things get chaotic again. You don't need a perfect system. You just need one that gives you peace of mind and your life structure. And most importantly, you need one that flexes with you. It isn't about being productive for productivity's sake. It's about building a life that feels clear, intentional, and yours. If you're ready to stop feeling scattered and start feeling in control, comment below with, "My time has a plan." Hit subscribe if you want more content like this. We're building lives we don't need a vacation from. And if you really need help, join the Focus Inspired Academy, which is your community to figure out your next career step. The link for a free 1-month trial is in the description. And before you click off, if you'd like help on your soft skills, click here. And if you want help on your mindset, click here. Until next time, be focused and stay inspired.